Okay, so we're gonna try this for the first time, and I'm gonna have to just preface this completely by telling you that this is the first run of me doing anything kind of proper video YouTube-wise, and that I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do with this series going in, but not really. So this is going to be the preface video. This is kind of like an introductory one that'll go up on the channel before the pilot episode. And the idea behind the series that I'll be doing, and hopefully it'll get better as I go, is basically just kind of showcasing some of the old companies in fingerboarding. What happened to them, the things they did accomplishment-wise, and where did they go? Because fingerboarding's been around for many, many years now. It's been well over a decade, probably 2 decades at this point, because Tech Decks, not this version, but the original versions really got popular in the late 90s. I think the Series 1 came out somewhere around 98 or 99, something like that. And the fingerboarding existed before then, but it was very primitive back at that time frame. Tech Decks where it kind of caught on and became more of what it is nowadays. But things have changed since that time as well. Around the time of 2008 is when I started really getting into fingerboarding and knowing the hobby, the community. So I'm going to do the best of my ability to explain things how they were, but it's really from my perception. I'm just one person. My name is Brandon Garza. I own Liquid Fingerboards, and I've been fingerboarding for about a decade now. And I don't know everything. I really don't. I know a lot of stuff, don't get me wrong. I'm not naive, but I'm not all-knowing. I don't know everything that happened back then. And there are people that will watch this that have never heard of some of these older things, and there's people that will watch this that know way more than I do. So I'm not going to sit here and say that everything that I say will be 100% accurate, and I will not say that everything that I tell to you, the viewers, is going to be absolute. That's all it was. The point of this whole series is basically just kind of to give record and give them the recognition they deserve. That's what I'm looking for. But hopefully this series will just basically give people the information they wouldn't otherwise know about these older things. Because one major thing about the series I want to do is get people to be aware of some of this older stuff that does pop up occasionally. It's not always just, kicking around in someone's box at Rendezvous. And it's not always something that pops up on Instagram, but it does pop up occasionally. I've found some older decks on Instagram. I mainly find them on eBay and stuff like that, or just people that kind of know they have older things and they need to get rid of some stuff, and it happens that way too. But not every person knows what they're looking at if they see these older boards. Some people might look at some of these older things and say, oh, it looks cool, but it is too small, or it looks kind of weird, they don't recognize it. So it's not the intent to make things popular, and it's not the intent to be oh, I want this to be cool. That's not the intent with it, but it's just kind of nice to put stuff down on record somewhere. I'll put a link probably down in the description, or maybe I'll figure out how to do it. Anyways, but the point is that there's a post I put on the new version of FFI talking about this in a better form, better detail. I'm better explaining things behind a keyboard than I am actually impromptu explaining it audio-wise. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that at that. I'm going to add one more note to this preface video, and then the next segment that pops up on this channel should be the actual pilot episode. This was kind of for me to break the ice and kind of get used to talking in front of a camera. It's not something I do very often. It's something I want to do more of, but I need to get more comfortable with it. The end of this preface I'll explain is that I do own a company. I do my own things. But I always started off as a collector first. I was a fingerboarder first. It's a scene perspective. That's where it started. So hopefully, I don't seem too biased when I talk about some of this stuff, because when I talk about some of the older companies, I might get into detail about some of the deck-making perspectives, some of the flaws, some of the positives, just stuff like that. So, this is all a matter of opinion. This is all just what I feel. And, again, I am just a kid behind a camera. I am no different than you. I'm not, some super cool person. I'm not, some know-it-all. I literally have just been fingerboarding for so long and decided I should sit down in front of a camera and try to kind of put some of this stuff into perspective and explain it a little. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The next video, like I said, will be the pilot episode. I hope you guys enjoy the series. Basically, just to give again, hopefully I can do editing with this.
And Brandon Gaza had a Crunchwrap Supreme earlier.
Ways you can like, tag things into videos. Maybe I'll put it in a box like over here. Where would that be? It'd be over here. I'm trying to learn how things be mapped out.